Today, I'm going to show you how to automate anything using DeepSeek version 3, which is a brand new API release from DeepSeek. And you can access the API right here. Now, when you're using this, you can actually plug it into automations, for example, make.com. And I'll show you exactly how to do that step by step. I'm going to show you some of my best automations, including 3 different ways to automate using make.com, basically anything you can imagine. And the results have shocked me so far. Now, if you're wondering why would you use the DeepSeek API, you can actually see how it performs versus other APIs right here. So it's actually in many ways outperforming Claude 3.5 Sonnet and GPT-4o. And it's very easy to plug into these no-code automations that can then basically build anything you want. So with that, let's get straight into it. First place we're going to start is with the method of automation number 1, which is make.com. So we're going to log in here and you can actually get a free account with make.com. So you get 1,000 operations per month. So for most of you watching, you probably don't need to pay for this tool at all. And then also using DeepSeek's API, I've absolutely rinsed the credits, and you can see I've managed to spend in the space of 8 days only 1 cent. So you can see my monthly expenses right there, right? So it's extremely cheap to use this API, almost free, and then you can use make.com for free, and then you can build anything you want. We'll come on to other automation methods in a minute, but let's start with make.com. And basically what this is like a really user-friendly version of Zapier, where you can build all these sorts of tools, right? So for example, an email virtual assistant, content update machine, content outline producer, whatever you can imagine, you can pretty much build using these tools. All right, so the way that we're going to do this is we'll go to create a new scenario over here. And now we can start setting up our automation. Now, basically the whole goal here is to set up and link DeepSeek directly to whatever app or task you're trying to automate. So let me create a random example for, say, a content automation. Let's say, for example, I'm trying to automate content and blog posts on my website. Super simple and easy to do. So we can go to Google Sheets over here, and then we can watch new rows. So we're basically watching the spreadsheet for new rows, new keywords that we're inserting inside our content. And that's going to be the basis for the content that DeepSeek creates in a minute. Now from here, we can select spreadsheet from our drive, and I'm going to select this block. So I'm going to select posts, and then we just select our sheet name. So we're just going to select make for the example of this video, and then we'll choose manually. Just for the sake of the video, like you can select all of them. I want to show you a quick sort of automation that you can build and how it works manually. The other thing that you'll find here is in the bottom, you can actually select whether you want your make automation to run like automatically every 15 minutes, etc. I would test out first before making that live, but you can easily automate the check-in of the spreadsheet for new rows. And then each time there's a new row every 15 minutes, DeepSeek will create more content. So now from here, we can select Open Router. You can choose DeepSeek inside this list. I tested it out, breaks really easily, wasted a lot of time doing that. So don't recommend that. Instead, just select Open Router from the list, and then you're going to create a chat completion, create a new connection. So we just insert our API key from openrouter.com. And OpenRouter basically has loads of different models, loads of different APIs that you can insert into make.com. And we're going to just grab an API key from keys in the settings and then plug that into make. So you just go to create key over here, and then you can see we've plugged that API key in. Now it's creating the connection. And from this list, we can actually choose which model we want. All right, so now we've inserted my Open Router connection over here, and we can select between all these models. Now, if you actually type in free over here from the list, you get all sorts of free models. So if make.com is free and all these APIs are available for free, then we're at the stage now where you can build your own free tools and it won't cost you a penny. So we're going to still use DeepSeek for the sake of this video, but that is something to bear in mind. You can just go onto aistudio.com, plug in a Gemini key, boom shakalaki, you're creating whatever you want for free. And so we're going to select DeepSeek version 3 over here, and then this is where you would insert the prompt. So inside the content section, we can just select user as a role, and then we can select the keyword from our spreadsheet in part 1. So we've selected keyword there, and we'll put keyword equals, and then just super basic, we'll say create an SEO optimized article for my keyword. And that's how simple it is. You don't need to code or anything like that, but you've got now an automation where you're taking the keyword from a spreadsheet, you add keywords to that spreadsheet whenever you find new ones, then you can create the content in stage 2. I'll show you a better prompt in a minute for actually creating the content. And now from here, we can connect this to, for example, like WordPress. So we can say create a post, then we can select whichever website we want to connect here. So I'm just going to choose juliangoldie.com as a random example. And then we can put in the title. So for example, we could take in the keyword. The content itself we'll take from the choices in part 2. So we can say message content. In the type, I'm going to select post. The slug can be the keyword. And then status, I'm going to put as draft because you always want to quality control that. If you want some free training on how to quality control your content for SEO, just check out my free course, link in the comments description. You'll also get all the prompts and tools that I make today directly inside that free course. So from here, we've now got a very basic automation that was really easy to set up. We're taking the keyword from Google Sheets, plugging it through DeepSeek, plugging it into WordPress. And if we just hit run once like so, we can test whether it works. Now, you got to bear in mind, quite often, these make automations don't work first time round. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But let's see. I mean, it looks like it's doing a half decent job and it's getting through it. So we'll see what the output is like in a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to log into my WordPress website so we can check the drafts. That is completed successfully first time round, which may be the first time that's ever happened with me for Make.com. So I'm impressed with myself already. It's been a great day. But if it doesn't work for you, don't worry. Just go back and forth, or, you can take a screenshot, plug it into ChatGPT, ask for help, etc. So now we're going to go to my post. We'll check the drafts to see what's popping. Let's go to drafts over here. We have the example keyword. Now, of course, you could have a separate section for actually taking the title. I just wanted to show you for the sake of this video how easy it is to set up this. And what you can also do here is preview the content. So if we go to preview, we've got the content to create. Now there's something I've noticed straight away, which I'll come on to in a minute, but basically it's taken the keyword, it's plugged in the content, it's created a whole blog, and that was incredibly easy, right? It's even plugged in the meta description and keywords. Now, if I was to create a better version of this, if I wanted a better output, there's a few tweaks that I would make and you can easily make. So what you can do from here is, in terms of the format, we actually want it to be HTML, not markdown format. So inside the prompt here, I'm going to say, write in HTML, and I'm also going to say no meta description, no keywords added at the bottom of the article, and that should do the 80-20 of it. We'll also put no title at the top, and if we hit save on that, like so, we can rename this, so we'll put DeepSeek Content Creator. And now, if you select just play, and you don't have any new rows inside your spreadsheet, your make automation is not going to find it. So if you right-click your Google Sheet automation, choose where to start, click choose manually just to test whether it works. We can then select another keyword, for example, like this one. We'll hit run once, and we'll see whether we get a better output this time around. And that is completed successfully as well. Happy days. And then if we refresh the page on our drafts inside WordPress, and we'll preview this, we've now got a much better article, right? So you can see here how there's no random meta description at the bottom. There's no random keywords at the bottom. And we can just quality control it and then hit publish. Now, I want to take this to a whole new level, and that's what I'm going to show you in a second in terms of how to create much better prompts based on what we want to draft. And this is based on what's working for me and previous make automations that I've built. So if we go to scenarios, so I'm going to save changes on the make automation. That's important as well. Don't forget that. Otherwise, you'll have to start again. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take a previous automation that I've built with Claude. You can see this actually generates the title. But what I'm going to do is just take the first section of the prompt over here. And inside this prompt, we've actually got, let me show you on a new document. We've got a much longer prompt, right? So we've said word count equals 1,000 words. Don't say anything like here's the HTML, just write it. Output in HTML. I'm going to delete that right part one because we don't need it. No title, no FAQs. And then we're going to have some CTAs that are relevant to us, right? So throughout it's going to direct traffic so that it converts to our funnels. We'll include the keyword throughout the content. We'll add some source context to personalize the content to us, who we are, etc. The reason that we do that is so that our content is differentiated from everyone else's. And also you can see we've got some instructions on how to write the content. So this prompt is way more in depth. And we've also asked it to insert some relevant internal links using the sitemap below. Now, the benefit of using HTML is that we can easily insert site links and internal links throughout the page. And because we've pasted in a sitemap over here, that should be able to handle it. Then for content creation, we've got some more steps. And here's an interesting part as well. We've added a section for negative AI fluff words to avoid, right? So you don't want, for example, like in today's digital age inside our content, because that's obviously a red flag. Our content is AI generated, which is exactly what we don't want, right? And so we're going to go back to DeepSeek inside the scenarios. We'll find that automation we just built over here, which is the DeepSeek V3 content creator. And then inside the open router chat completion, we can delete everything but the keyword at the top, paste that in like so. And an important thing to note here as well is like if you built out the prompt in Google Docs, then if you just Control and V, it's going to look very messy, right? So if you want to display the same formatting where everything is on a new line, then you would press Command, Shift, and V, and then that's going to paste the formatting as well, so everything is on a new line. It's easy to read if you ever need to go back and edit it. Now we're going to click on OK. We're going to hit save on this again, and now we're going to choose where to start manually again. We'll select new keywords, El Dorado Hills, SEO. We'll hit run once like so, and hopefully we get back something much nicer than what we've previously generated. So that's still running now. Bear in mind, like, the more complex you make the prompt, the more tokens it's going to use, but at the same time, DeepSeek is so cheap to use, right? It's such a cheap API, especially the newer version. Now, if we go back and we check our credits, you can see, for example, today, we've used less than $1. You can see we've got $9.99. So we've only used like 1 cent today, if that, for all of this content that we've created. So you can see how ridiculously cheap it is. And now we've generated the article. So we're going to refresh the post like so and just check back on the draft to see how it performed. And the main thing to note here is, like, when you're building out these automations, right, there's going to be a lot of back and forth because you want to tweak it exactly how you want it. So you can see here, for example, we've now got the article and it's much better than the previous version. The first version, pretty terrible. The second version was a bit nicer formatted, but very generic content. And the third article is getting there, right? So for example, if we look through the content, it's got the internal links inserted automatically, which is better than most tools because it's actually inserted the relevant anchor text for what we want. And then also, if we look through this, it's nicer formatted, it's easier to read, it's got relevant headers inside the content, it's sending traffic to the funnels that we want to take traffic to. And additionally, it's including CTAs here that actually sell what I do and how I sell it, right? And on top of that, it was all automated really cheaply using DeepSeek. I mean, if we refresh the credits, look at that, $9.997 left. Like, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you've not even been through a full cent there, right? It's to the decimal place. So you can see how cheap it is. It's basically free at that point. We've got the content automated using make.com, which you can get a free package of, and also a really cheap version of the API. So that's how you can work the magic inside make.com. And again, like, you can add anything here. Your only limit is creativity. If you want to link this to Google Sheets, Anthropic, if you want to, for example, create an Airtable database, Perplexity, Gmail, whatever you can think of, you can pretty much build using all your favorite apps right here. Even, for example, like Twitter, LinkedIn, Medium can all link directly to make.com. And it's incredibly easy to set up in a few minutes, like I've shown you today. So we're going to hit save on that. And if you want all of my best scenarios that you can just basically steal from me, then you can actually go inside my free course, link in the comments description. And if you search for the make.com section, you'll find blueprints for all of these different tools, right? So all these different tools right here, you can get access to inside my free SEO course. Link in the comments description. They'll be uploaded as a blueprint. And then you can just import them directly to Make. So for example, if you just go to the 3 dots at the bottom, import blueprint, you can actually import the JSON files from today into .com. Now, another way, bear in mind, there's another method after this for automating using DeepSeek, is that you can use something called vector shift. Now, I've got a full video on this if you check it out on my YouTube channel. But for example, here, you can build your own sort of agents using DeepSeek or whichever tool you prefer. And then you can just add in your model plus API key from DeepSeek and then build out AI agents like you can see right here. And then you can build, for example, your own automations, chatbots. And actually, one of the best things about this inside Vector Shift is that, for example, if you go to create new pipeline, you can see all these different templates where, for example, you can just select, say, send Slack message, and then you can use that template. You don't have to build it from scratch, unlike make.com. Now, if you want the full breakdown on this along with the video tutorial, then you can check out this video on DeepSeek V3 agents that shows you exactly how to do it. Now, you can see here, for example, you've got like blog article generator templates. So whatever you can think of, you can build directly inside Vector Shift. The other method that you can actually use is you can run AI agents using Web UI, right? These can basically automate tasks literally where you're clicking on the screen and doing all sorts of stuff, right? So I've got a video on that yesterday, but inside the LLM configuration section, you can actually insert, for example, DeepSeek-chat, plug in your API key down here. Once you've run the terminal commands, which you can see on the GitHub page, and it's fairly straightforward and easy to set up from there. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get access to the video notes from today, feel free to get that. That's inside my free SEO course. So if you scroll down, then go to AI agents, as you can see, this comes with loads of different workflows, including DeepSeek V3 and make.com. You can get the video notes directly from there. What you also find inside the video notes is all of my make.com blueprints to customize. So if you want access to all of the template links, the files that you can import directly into make.com, you'll find that inside the video notes from today as well, along with some sheet templates, including social media posts, content creation templates, and video transcript automation templates too. Now this free SEO course, it comes with 10 lessons on how to do SEO. I've spent hundreds of hours in the last 2 years building this out, and it's completely free for you to access directly in the comments and description if you want to get that. Additionally, if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, feel free to book that in. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visits this month, generate thousands of dollars in sales. On this free link building acceleration session, you'll get a free SEO domination plan. So you'll get a custom tailored link building plan so you can generate more leads, sales, and profits from your website. You'll discover the secrets of SEO link building. So you'll discover a tried and tested link building strategy that will help you get more leads, traffic, and sales from SEO. And we'll answer any questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them on the call. You'll also learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors in link building and how to 10x SEO traffic based on what's working for us and our clients. As you can see, they're all pretty happy right here. So if you want to get a free SEO, so feel free to get that link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.